In a time of myth and a land without mercy, whispers traveled through valleys and mountain ridges about a warrior woman whose courage had become legend. The people called her Xena, the warrior princess, a name spoken with equal parts awe and fear. Alongside her journeyed Gabriel, the spirited bard whose words could weave hope through the darkest night. One golden morning, the sun still stretching across the hills like a waking lion, Xena and Gabriel guided their horses through a thick, quiet woodland. Birds sang overhead and the scent of pine wrapped the air like a fresh blanket. All seemed peaceful, yet Xena's instincts, honed through years of battle, sensed that tranquility often preceded trouble. A sudden rustle of leaves proved her right. A barefoot young boy, his face wild with fear, burst out from the trees. His eyes were wide, his clothes torn, and his breath came in short, desperate gasps. Before he could speak, a crossbow bolt sliced the air and whistled past his arm, slamming into a tree trunk with a vicious thud. Xena reacted as swiftly as lightning. With a powerful leap, she tackled the boy to the ground, shielding him while her eyes searched for the hidden attacker. Silence returned, but it was the dangerous kind, the type that lingered before violence. The boy trembled beneath her arm. "Please," he whispered. "They want to kill me." "Who?" Gabriel asked, kneeling close and offering a comforting hand. "My father," he said, "and my brother." His name was Icus, son of a man called Merrick, a devout follower of a god he believed demanded the ultimate sacrifice, the life of his younger son. Merrick claimed he was blessed with divine visions. He said the god had chosen Icus as an offering, a price to win eternal glory for their family. But Icus refused to accept such a fate. Terrified of death and heartbroken that those he loved were hunting him, he fled into the wilderness, straight into the paths of Xena and Gabriel. Xena listened carefully, her eyes narrowing as the boy spoke. This was no simple family quarrel. Something darker lurked beneath. Without hesitation, she promised the boy protection. "We'll take you somewhere safe," Xena said, her voice strong and certain. No god would ask a father to murder his own child. The relief in Icus's eyes was instant, but danger still followed close. Xena led the boy and Gabriel deeper into the forest until they found a quiet cave hidden behind a curtain of vines. It would serve as a temporary refuge while Xena uncovered the truth. Gabriel stayed behind to keep Icus calm and comforted, offering warm words and friendly smiles. She listened as he told stories of his family, of his mother who had died long ago, of the prayers and rituals his father insisted upon, and of his older brother Ramus, who once laughed and played with him but now believed sacrifice was sacred duty. "Maybe Ramus can still be reasoned with," Gabriel suggested, but Icus shook his head. "He believes Father speaks for the gods. There is no questioning faith where I come from." While Gabriel tended to Icus, Xena went hunting not for food, but for answers. Her search led her to a peaceful lake, glimmering beneath afternoon light. Ramus knelt nearby, filling his canteen. Though strong and broad-shouldered, there was fear in his posture. Sensing her presence, he turned sharply, but Xena was already behind him, placing a hand on his weapon, preventing rash decisions. "I'm not here to fight you," she said. "Tell me what's going on." Ramus lowered his head. The weight of his conflict bore down on him. "Father says the gods demand Icus's sacrifice," he murmured. "If we don't obey, we will be cursed. Our lands will rot. Our souls will be damned." Xena studied him closely. Ramus wasn't cruel, merely blinded by devotion and terror. He was not the enemy. Then, with quiet understanding, she asked, "And what do you believe?" Ramus hesitated. His lips parted, but the answer refused to emerge. In that silence, Xena found the truth he wasn't sure. Faith and love were clashing violently inside him. Before more questions could be asked, a brutal shout shattered the calm. "Murderous!" Merrick emerged from the trees, his face wild with fanatic rage. He fired a bolt toward Xena, but with effortless grace she deflected it with her gauntlet. She needed no further warning. The man would not listen to reason. "Stay away from my family," he roared. But Xena could see clearly. It was Merrick himself destroying his family. Back at the cave, night settled thick and cold. Strange chanting echoed faintly through the woods. Merrick spreading his ritual madness further. Gabrielle hugged Icus close, trying to chase away his trembling fear. Xena returned with an urgent plan. "We're ending this tonight," she said. "If Merrick believes the gods demand sacrifice, then we show him the truth, that the gods do not speak through madness." But before they could move, fate intervened. Merrick, driven by delusion and hate, had followed them. He burst into the cave with Ramus behind him, torn between loyalty and horror. Merrick seized Icus by the arm, dragging him into the night while Gabrielle struggled to stop him. Xena sprinted after them, the moonlight flashing along her sword. The ceremony site sat atop a rocky altar overlooking a deep ravine. Torches burned in a circle, casting sickly shadows across Marek's wild eyes. Icus was forced to kneel, and Ramus stood frozen, torn apart by fear and faith. "This is the god's will," Merrick cried, raising his dagger high. "No!" Xena's voice cracked like thunder. She hurled her chakram, the gleaming ring slicing through the night. Merrick lowered the blade in panic, the weapon missing his head by inches, but it severed the ropes that bound Icus's hands. Chaos erupted. Icus tried to run, but his father lunged after him with the fury of a fanatic. Ramus grabbed Merrick, holding him back. "Father, please, this isn't right." "You weak fool," Merrick spat. "You've been corrupted." Seeing Ramus threatened, Xena intervened. She tackled Merrick and disarmed him in a blur of spinning force and precision punches. But Merrick, overwhelmed by his delusions, broke free and charged, stumbling dangerously close to the ravine. He reached for Icus again and slipped on loose stones. Silence swallowed the night. Merrick teetered on the cliff's edge before gravity. The one law he could not bend with belief pulled him down. His fall was swift and final. The torches flickered as if the wind itself mourned a tragedy born not from evil, but misguided fear. Morning arrived slowly. Ramus wept for his father, a man lost long before he fell. Gently, Icus placed a hand on his brother's arm, offering forgiveness before it was even asked. Xena and Gabrielle watched from a distance. "Faith can be powerful," Gabrielle whispered, "but when twisted, it destroys everything." Xena nodded solemnly. She had seen too many lives ruined by darkness disguised as righteousness. Ramus approached them, shoulders bowed. "I don't know what comes next," he admitted, "but I know this. I will never let fear take my family again." Xena placed a strong hand on his shoulder. "You choose your path. Make it one that honors love, not terror." Icus stepped toward Xena with gratitude shining in his eyes. "You saved me," he said, "not just from death, but from believing I was unworthy of life." Xena gave him a rare smile. "You saved yourself by running toward hope." Gabrielle ruffled his hair, earning a shy grin.